This wasn't just a contract, it was a message to the entire league. Because right after a Super Bowl run, the Seattle Seahawks didn't hesitate, didn't wait, didn't negotiate in silence. They went all in on Jaxon Smith-Njigba and reset the market doing it. $168 million, dollars, the highest paid receiver in football. And the timing, that's what makes this dangerous. Because teams usually celebrate a championship, then figure things out later. Seattle did the opposite. They locked in their future immediately. And that tells you everything. This isn't about rewarding what Smith-Njigba just did. It's about what they believe he's about to become. Because his 2025 season wasn't just elite, it was overwhelming. Nearly 1,800 yards, triple-digit catches, offensive player of the year. And when the pressure peaked in the playoffs, he didn't fade. He became the offense. Every defense knew where the ball was going and still couldn't stop it. That's not production, that's control. And that's where the turning point hits, because once a player reaches that level, the conversation changes. You're not just building with him anymore, you're building around him. That's exactly what Seattle just committed to. Not a balanced system, not a spread out identity, a focal point. Everything flows through Smith-Njigba now. And that's a powerful bet, but it comes with pressure, because when you become the highest paid at your position, the expectations don't rise gradually, they spike. Every game becomes a statement. Every performance gets measured against the contract. Every quiet night turns into a question. Can he carry it again? Can he do it when defenses adjust? Can he be the reason they win, not just the reason they compete? And internally, Seattle believes the answer is yes. That's why this deal happened now. General manager John Schneider didn't just talk about stats. He talked about leadership, work ethic, presence, the kind of traits that don't show up in the box score, but define locker rooms. That's the part fans don't always see. This isn't just a receiver getting paid. This is a franchise choosing its identity. And here's the ripple effect. When you commit this level of money to one player, everything else adjusts. Roster decisions, cap flexibility, future extensions. You're locking in a window, a real one. Because now the Seahawks aren't chasing relevance, they're chasing repeat championships. And Smith-Njigba isn't part of that mission. He is the mission. That's the weight of this deal. Because if he delivers, Seattle stays on top. The offense remains unstoppable, and this becomes the moment they secured a dynasty core. If he doesn't, that same contract becomes a ceiling, a limitation, a reminder of how fast things can shift in the NFL. But the Seahawks made their choice, loudly, confidently, and without hesitation, because in their eyes, they didn't just pay a receiver. They invested in the one player they believe can define everything that comes next.